Great awakening, light lords, and grand rising to those who have not yet awoken to the simple fact that what you do when no one is looking, what you think, how you feel, and how you respond to all of the energy around you when no one else, when none of your reflections of yourself in the subjective realm that we're living in is around, is what your higher self is looking at. That's what determines what state of being you're in. If you're constantly trying to hide something from yourself, or if you're constantly trying to hide something from somebody, then that means that you're not honest with yourself. If you're constantly trying to wait for a situation to happen so you can do something in secret, and you have people around you that's willing to better you and willing to push you forward to your highest self, and people pushing you with just reflections of you, just pushing and pushing and pushing, and you doing all this negative stuff in the background, then that's gonna say something. That tells yourself something. That tells you that you are not doing the right thing. You see, if you feel like you have to keep anything from anyone, if you feel like you have to keep any type of information or any type of expression or the way you think away from all your reflections, as any specific type of yourself, then it means you're not fully being honest with yourself, and you're not fully expressing your natural ego. You're not fully expressing your natural self in the way you actually think, in order for you to truly be helped, in order for you to truly ascend into higher realms within this plane, into higher thinking states within this plane of existence that we're living on. You see, the Most High, somebody asked me this question yesterday. They asked, like, what is the Most High? And they said, I'm seriously asking this question, what is the Most High? So I told them, I said, man, when it comes to this physical reality, the Most High is the highest point that the sun can be in the sky, which is usually around noon, depending on your geographical location. And so someone else come in and was like, it's a consciousness. And I was like, yes, that's true, because everything is mental first. So when it comes to consciousness, the Most High is the highest version, is the highest thought frequency that you can reach on the earth plane. The highest form of thinking, the highest form of being that you can reach while living here on this earth plane, in this existence, in this finite, what we call finite form of what you call a human being. See, you have the lower self and you have the higher self. And there is no specific, forms to, predicate what is, separating the lower and the higher self, besides our subjective look at morals and standards of how people act, and how people, use their bodies, how people use their minds, and how they manipulate the world around them, and what ways they do it. If you're doing things deceitfully and you're trying to be cunning and sly like a snake, you know what I mean, and you're being a snake. If you're being a snake, period. If you're being a snake ass nigga, period, you fucking up in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't matter. You fucking up because you are embodying all of nature. You are literally an embodiment. You are literally a higher frequency of what nature is. Nature came into your form, but actually the mind of God, the mind of all that is, projects itself through nature to take form in you. Okay? So for you to use the mind of the all, the mind of the God, to go against the progression and the betterment and the growth of the mind of the all that is, through its infinite growth, through all the different possibilities and stuff like that, you have become a lower self. You are being a lower self. You have been trapped. You have let your obstacles overcome you. You have let the evil within yourself flood your being, overflow your being. See, what you must do is don't focus on the negativity so much. Don't focus on, oh man, what might this person think if I told them that I felt this way? Don't think about that, because you as an individual, as an individualized perspective of everything, you have those certain feelings so that you can acknowledge them and grow through them, not to utilize them to hinder your own growth. Because you holding that within, you holding that negative vibration, that negative thought within you, that negative expression within you, and that feeling within you is just hindering other people. You're hindering, see, what you got to realize is that you are hindering others from growing by not being honest with yourself and fully expressing yourself to your environment. That is why you must focus on the kingdom of heaven first, and everything will be added unto you. But you see, people that don't realize this consciousness, the simplicity of it, they're not going to realize that Once I focus on myself and how I can grow and better myself through unraveling my thoughts, through unraveling the unnatural ego, through unraveling the false sense of self that I was bred into through culture and through this modern day culture and society, then if I don't unravel those parts of myself efficiently and effectively, if I don't express all of myself to my environment, then I won't get what I actually want. I won't get to that growth and that betterment. I won't actually expand my consciousness in such a way that it leads me to fully connect and be in tune with the natural state that I'm supposed to be in. The natural state of being in communion with God, which is the kingdom of heaven. You see, the simplicity of it is anything that's around you. Once you find out these objective laws and principles that connect to nature, once you find out all of this, you find out the simplicity of the laws and principles that make up reality, and you must apply them to your life and proclaim it. As you are doing it, set an example. Be a real model for others. Because when you're keeping in this sin, when you're keeping in your downfalls or what you call your failures, and you don't express them, then you're not failing forward. You're falling back. You're not falling ahead. There's nothing wrong with falling as long as you get up and keep going. When you keep yourself from expressing your full self to others, then you're keeping other people like you from expressing their full self to others and keeping them in a state of stagnation. Keeping them in a state of complacency. What you got to see is that everything in nature is a fractal. As you can see, you can plainly see it when you go outside and you look at trees, and all these trees look so similar to one another. You can plainly see it when you go out, when you talk to another person, and you can see that, okay, we are sentient beings. We're all sentient beings. But people are so caught up in the illusion of separation that they don't realize that the person they're talking to is them. It's literally them. Literally, not symbolically. This is scientific knowledge. This is very, very important. This is very, very important to understand that all of the knowledge that we have been taught and raised up in within the Babylonian state of thinking, within the lower self state of thinking, in their systems and cultures and traditions, is only there to keep us separated mentally from one another. When the true objectivity states that we are one. We are literally one being. Just like your cells in your body make up your being, you as a body and other people's bodies and the earth and the birds and all of the other species on this planet, on this plane of existence, this small plane that we're experiencing through our perceptions, are all really one thing. It's all connected. And that's just point. That's not no like, you know what I'm saying? That's not like no like magic talk. Like that's not like ooh, you know what I'm saying, mystical. No, that's literally scientific. Like if DNA, everything here, every biological system comes from DNA. Every single biological system comes from DNA. Every single biological system comes from DNA. One thing, and that's DNA. Out of DNA comes all the different parts in the ways that genes can be molded and placed and put together to make an expression of that code. Through the A, T, C's, and G's, your ribosome gets the code, and your ribosome takes that code and makes a cell according to the code from the infinite DNA. That is scientific. That is not no hoodoo or no symbology. No, that's scientific. That's straight up literal. Like we've done it. Like we've researched it. We've like we can see it with our own eyes. Okay, you can clearly see it when you look around. So when you don't realize this and you're constantly stuck in this illusion of separation, keeping yourself mentally separated from people, then of course you're going to have depression. Of course you're going to feel sad. Of course you're going to feel bored. Of course you're going to get angry and not understand things. Of course you're going to have misunderstandings because you're not fully expressing yourself and who you actually are. You have to fully express yourself and actually like who you are in order for you to see your debilitations. In order for you to see the things, the exaltations within your energy that can help you overcome your debilitations or help you use your debilitations for something better, help you grow and expand. So we must take hold of this information. We must take hold of the consciousness of knowing that we are all one being. But through the differences of us being one being is how that being grows. So we have to acknowledge our differences while at the same time expressing our differences. Because every person that you are one with, even though you might subjectively be different, it's all for growth and betterment. It's all to expand the consciousness. It's all to expand our consciousness. It's all to expand your consciousness. So if you one of those negative motherfuckers, if you one of those snake ass niggas that just, you know what I'm saying, every time you come around, every time somebody come around, you like, yeah, ha 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 ha. You know, like trying to be all happy and stuff with them, and then as soon as you're not around that person, you talking negatively about them behind their back, but you don't want to say it to their face. Those are the type of people I'm talking to. And for the people that are doing it, keep on doing it. Keep on expressing yourself. Keep on going to the kingdom of heaven. Whether you call it the kingdom of heaven or not. That's just, this is my term for it, because, everything that you grow up around, you must re-alchemize it. You must re-alchemize it and align it with objective truths and objective facts. Everything around you, you must re-alchemize it and align it with objective truths and objective facts so that you can reprogram your mind, reprogram your subconscious mind. People going out to eat fast food on the daily, going to the club, going drinking, smoking all the damn time, doing all this shit, getting their hair done, fucking with their hair, fucking with their melanin, bleaching their skin, doing all this shit. And that's why we separated, because you don't understand the technologies of your body. You don't understand the technologies of our consciousness and how we connect to one another. Understand it. Go watch my videos. JAH is here to live out and teach higher wisdom as an example for the collective consciousness. And I tell you today that if you don't change your snake ass ways, talking to those people, if you don't change your snake ass ways, then you just not, okay, ignorance is bliss, my nigga. What you fucking, but that's not true. Because you in a fucked up situation. So why be fucked up? Why keep the fucked upness keep going? Why keep the fucked upness going? Don't keep the fucked upness going when you know that ignorance is not bliss. When you know that every time somebody trying to come and tell you something, you feel bad about it because you know within yourself that you're supposed to be doing better. You know you're supposed to be doing something that's growing your mentality. And when somebody come with a belief or with a structured thought form that is adhering to helping you overcome your certain thought system that you're already in, you want to come in and talk shit about that motherfucker. You want to battle with that motherfucker. You want to debate some shit. Nah, don't debate. Take the information, research it, learn the objective facts, and apply that shit to your motherfucking life. And that's all you need to do. MASHIAC is here to take all the information that he can more and more every day and express it and amplify it through my whole being. In a little minute, I'm gonna look way healthier. I look real healthy right now to me. Shit, I look real healthy right now. Shit, I'm vegan. What the hell? I'm eating vegan shit. I'm vegan, nigga. The fuck? I done already copped the B6 diet. I done already copped the B6 carbonation B6 cookbook, and I do sponsor it. And I do sponsor this. So if anybody needs help with any part of their diet or anything, I'll tell you, go get that ebook. Go get that ebook. Hit up Carbonation B6 Diet on Instagram. Yeah, go get that. Cause if you're not thinking right, then you ain't gonna do right. If you're not thinking right, you're not gonna feel right, and you're not gonna do right. If you're thinking right, you're gonna feel right, you're gonna do right, and you're gonna put the right things within your body. You're gonna put the right thoughts in your head, and you're gonna feel the right thing the way you want to feel. So that's my message for today, family. Everybody, everybody that's been on my social media, man, hit me up, if you have any questions about anything I teach. And share, subscribe, man. Share my videos. I love myself, man. I love myself. And when I say I love myself, I'm talking about all the cells. And we are cells within the body of God, within the body of the all that is. So I love everyone, man. And love is understanding. So I understand how we are connected to one another and how we can all progressively, interact with one another. So I love myself, family. Peace out. Peace out to all the guys on the earth walking the planet, and Godspeed. Share, subscribe. Peace.